Hey guys, my name is JessiMew, and welcome back to the Hard Mode Challenge. In the last episode, our journeys began when these two very brave souls, Izmi and Kirkuta, decided to move to the Deadly Hills and try to conquer it for their own. They've already gotten off to an excellent start because they managed to stumble their way straight into 2 healing fruits right off the bat. So now they have a way to protect their children against the bearyena attacks, but also to heal themselves as they pick these pesky poison berries. In fact, little Rota, why don't you come over here and demonstrate for us? He has 6 days of damage on his lifespan right now, so if he takes one of these healing fruits, then oh my goodness, it practically heals every last day of damage that he sustained. So that's 5 days worth of damage off of his lifespan, and that means you have plenty more days to pick the rest of these poison berries for us, and I'm sure you're so happy to hear that. The other thing you guys have mentioned about the berry bushes though, is that there's actually a very subtle difference in their silhouettes when it comes to the poison berry bushes and the normal berry bushes. It looks like all of these are the poison ones because their leaves are curved downwards. But if we scoot maybe a Dukuduk deeper into the grass, particularly toward this bunny because I have a sneaking suspicion that he might be trying to munch on some of our berries. Yeah, this is one of the normal berry bushes. You can see that the leaves formed in kind of a straight line, so that's how we can tell if we have a safer source of food to pick from. And that means we'll also want to make sure that we bring somebody over there who can scoop them up with ease. Maybe if one of their babies is born with both of the running legs, that would be a good job for them. But right now, our main concern is just getting another warrior in the tribe, because once Izmi passes away, she's going to be leaving her babies in a very vulnerable state. So I think we're going to want her to have another baby on this turn. We need to see that claw in our line before she gets too old. And then Anala could possibly do the hunting for her. Thanks to her big body, she's one of the creatures who should be able to take down those bunnies in one swipe. So she would probably be best suited for the job. I guess we'll want to bring her over here, because it looks like that's where most of those pesky bunnies are hanging out. Though we also have one hopping down by the shore. So if she doesn't have any luck over by this berry bush, then we'll bring her back down to Rota to do the job there. But yeah, we do actually have a normal berry bush in our midst, so that's good to know. I was worried that we would only have the poison ones to pick from, and then our tribe might be in a little bit of trouble. We'll bring Kirkuta down here too, not only to be with his mate, but also to sniff around for those extra roots to dig up for their babies. We'll have to make sure that we breed them again even if we're not going to have a baby on the next turn, just so the rogue males don't find her instead. But I think we're all out of turns now, so let's cross our fingers for a warrior. We desperately need to see a warrior baby in our nest, and it seems as if today is not the day. But that being said, they may have heard our pleas for a collector, because this little baby should be perfect for scooping up extra berries in each turn. So either he's going to set up by the normal berry bush, or we could even have him pick more of those poison berries every day. But I have the most gigantic list of names to name all these babies now. As I said in the last episode, I'm going to be naming the rest of our babies after you guys. So thank you all so much for showing so much excitement for the series too. I'm really looking forward to seeing where this journey is going to take us. But our first baby, with his little flower petal markings, I think we'll name Merrick. So welcome to the tribe, Merrick. I hope you're going to last many days here. Though in all honesty, judging by the bluebirds roaming through the sky, it might be easier said than done. Since Anala is currently by the berry bush anyway, let's have her go ahead and pick the normal berries for us. That way we can scoop those up for the extra food before the bunnies get a whiff of them. Yeah, it seems as if they've all kind of settled by the shores. Now that we've scared them away from their bunny burrow, they don't want anything to do with that food up in the north. So perhaps Rota could look after his little brother for now? He'll have plenty of roots to dig up, plenty of poison berries to feed him, and then Ismee can spend her time down by her mate's side, not only making sure they have another baby together, but also scouting around for those bunnies. Kirkuta even has a little bit of extra food to dig up. Oh, and the bunny took a wrong turn. Well, it's always more important that we take care of those before we try to dig up the roots, because the bunnies give us 3 pieces of food each, so they're definitely worth more. And then Ismee, that just leaves you to wander the shores, I suppose, sniff out for more potential berry bushes with her nice big nose. Yeah, it's good to see that the big nose is getting passed to their babies too, because that's really going to help us sniff out those potential dangers. But we have a couple more of these roots to dig up in the back here, and then I think we're just going to want to clear out our pathways. That way it's less area for bearyenas to spawn, and we also have more opportunities to catch those pesky bunnies. Any bearyenas tonight? No, I guess they haven't caught the scent of our new babies in the nest. So I guess this is a good opportunity for Rota to teach his little brother everything he knows about berry picking, which might not be too much, but it's good for our little collector to know. So Merrick can toddle out of the nest, take his very first steps into this big scary world, and then his mother can try again to have a nice strong warrior to take her place. Kirkuta may have actually hit the jackpot over here with all of these roots to dig up, so that's 3 extra sources of food for us. And then how are you doing with bunnies back here? Oh, we have one so close. Oh, Dukuduk, if you could scare that into, oh my goodness, into Anala's waiting jaws. But instead we have found our very familiar visitor, the rogue male. Thankfully he can't do too much damage right now because Anala isn't fully grown, and he will be passing away on this turn anyways. So we're just going to ignore you for now in favor of the bunnies. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like Dukuduk is doing a very good job scaring them, and in fact this rogue male is literally getting in the way of the bunnies. How fitting is that? But the bunny colony is absolutely massive. That makes me wonder if there might actually be more normal berry bushes way out in this direction. That's probably worth investigating, and I bet that's exactly what Dukuduk is going to mention to his parents. There's something out there that he can sense with his big nose, and they're going to want to make the best of it while they can. But let's once again cross our fingers. A baby with the claw? Oh my gosh! Twin babies! Identical twins, no less. And they're also our first babies with the cracker jaw. Oh, that is perfect, because now at least we have somebody to come down back to the shore and try to pick up all of those shells we saw before. We have shells in the water for them to eat, and we also have this very adorable island with a tree where they can hopefully make a home too. There are some other trees littered about this island as well that they could probably use to their advantage as soon as they have more children to take there. But first, let's pick out names for these babies. The one on the left, which I suppose would probably be the eldest of the two, we'll name Leo. And the one on the right, where would he be, little Ronu here, we'll name Luca. So Leo and Luca, the first twins of the hard mode challenge, which in all honesty is not quite the blessing that we were hoping for. That means that we have yet another hungry mouth to feed. So Anala, I think you're going to want to use your turns to pick up all of those berries, if you can anyway. Unfortunately, with that deformed paw, she's not going to have much luck, but that's why we have little Merrick. We might actually want to bring him down in this direction right now, so we can take up that task on the next turn. Thankfully, the lack of a rogue male means that we can move a little bit more freely now too. But how is little Rota doing? Yeah, looks like you could probably use another one of those healing fruits. That's the only downside too. We have to wait for these to grow back. So we have to hope that he doesn't end up succumbing to that illness in the meantime. But hello, Dukuduk. It looks like you have a little bunny to snatch up for your family. That'll give us just enough food to keep us alive. So I guess in a way it's actually kind of good that we have so much tall grass in the area, because that's at least ensuring, oh my gosh, we have a little crabbit friend now too. It's at least ensuring that our creatures can hide from the bunnies a little more easily. So if you have a crabbit down here, that means that we probably want to bring someone else in this direction to help you take it down. But it is going to take ages to take down a crabbit with creatures so weak. We might even be better off just waiting for this crabbit to pass away from old age. It looks like we have some roots out this way as well, so we'll have to make sure that Rota is letting his father know. But otherwise, I think we are once again ready to skip the day. It has been, oh no, strangely quiet. Wait a second. No, is this our first killer bearyena encounter? Right in front of poor little Merrick, too. Oh, of all the times for you to get charged by a killer bearyena. So if you guys haven't seen the killer bearyenas before, this is a little bit of an awkward angle, but you can see that they are absolutely massive compared to our normal bearyenas. They are like literal giants, and they have those blood red eyes. That's to show us that they are not to be messed with. They are much, much stronger than your typical bearyena. We can't even attack them if our strength isn't higher than 3, because it won't chip past their defense. So this is a big situation for us. That means that none of our creatures are actually going to be able to do any damage, and we're just going to have to wait until it passes away, unless somebody manages to birth a very strong warrior. So Merrick, thankfully you can run away very, very far, so that means you can steal the berries and then jump back to the safety of your home nest. Anala is far too important for us to waste as well, so let's have her steal another berry so those bunnies don't get it instead, and then jump back here too to hopefully settle by the side of Rota, because I would like them to start a family to hopefully breed that big body into more of our creatures, and to give Rota some heirs before he ends up passing away. Now I wonder if maybe Duke, would you be willing to take one for the team here? You might be our first creature to essentially sacrifice yourself if all goes right anyway, as long as this killer bearyena can still smell you. We don't want him making his way into our main camp. Oh my gosh, and he's just like a massive giant looming in the darkness. This is absolutely terrifying. Well, maybe the fresh bunny meat will be enough to entice the killer bearyena in your direction. That way you can lead him away from all of your younger siblings. And then hopefully we can focus on packing up the children over here and making sure that we have enough food to survive, of course. So the crabbit is going to have to wait. We definitely want the twins to move out of the nest, just so they'll be able to grow up on this turn. The sooner they get that second gem on their chest, the better, because that at least allows them to move with a little bit more freedom. And actually, oh okay, there's the bluebird. I thought maybe the bluebird disappeared from the skies, but instead he's just hovering like directly over our main nest, of course. That bluebird is very, very smart. He's not going anywhere. So we do have another one of those roots up in this direction, but I think I would like these two to breed first just in case. Like, just in case this goes terribly, terribly wrong. Anala definitely needs the running paw in her mutation menu. We want to make sure that we get that deformed paw out of our line as soon as possible. And then beyond that, I think we'll leave her mutation menu as is, just in case we unlock something a little bit more helpful for us in the future. So go ahead and breed with Anala, then we'll scoot you on over here to pick up some of those roots, and hopefully to pick up some more of those poison berries as soon as the danger is dealt with. Now what do we want to do with you, Luca? I don't want you to be in its line of sight either, but we don't have much room to work with. I think if we put him where his mother is now, at least the bearyena would have to move like around those berry bushes to actually get to the baby, so we should be able to move him out of the way first. Kirkuta could even lead the way toward the shore, and hopefully dig up some roots in the process. It looks like it might be bare over here. But it also looks like this is the area where the other normal berry bushes, the one that you guys pointed out to me at the beginning of the series. Look at all that food. Oh my gosh, if only you were down here a little bit earlier, you could have given that to all of your babies. But instead, we might actually end up being just one piece of food short. So that means one creature is going to be taking some form of damage on this turn. Because we can't move Ismi away from her babies. She could potentially sacrifice a little bit of her life to pick that extra berry from the bush, but then she's going to be poisoned, and we're going to lose our chance at having another warrior baby. So I think at this point, the safest thing to do would be to have one of our creatures take a little bit of starvation damage. And I think it's going to have to be you, Dukuduk. You are super healthy, you are kind of in your prime right now. I know you're doing an excellent job trying to lead the carnivore away and picking up that bunny meat for us. But I think we're going to change his rank down to an Omega. That means that he'll be the last creature to eat in this tribe, and that also means that he should be the one to take it for the team. So all we can really do is just pick up some extra grass. We can't attack that crabbit. Oh boy, so let's see where the bearyena goes. Okay, it looks like he might actually be going after you, so I think our plan worked. Well, kind of, because now we have another bearyena down here with you, Ismi. Oh gosh, you guys just can't get a rest, can you? We have a rogue male over here to deal with. The only good sign is that he does again have that big body, but I'm not sure what that's going to mean for the rest of our genes. It's also worth noting that if Ismi gets hit, she might end up losing her entire lifespan, so this is literally our last chance to have a baby with the claw. Let's have her land one good blow on this new bearyena, and then jump literally all the way down here next to her mate. That way he can breed with her. She can hopefully place down a nest soon. We're going to need a little bit more nesting material for that, but that leaves the rogue male without too many of our creatures to bother, because Anala also needs to have her baby soon. Luca and Leo better make the journey as fast as they can as well. And luckily, they both seem to be surprisingly speedy. So they can go ahead and try to... Oh my goodness. Did you really just pick up a leech already, Leo? What on earth kind of luck is that? They must have been waiting for you guys. But at least you're unearthing some potential food sources in the process. I guess that's all that we can really ask for right now. Now, Rota, you are absolutely going to have to pick those poison berries. There's no way around that one. And then I think Merrick is going to have to help you out too. We need the extra food right now. We have too many babies to feed. If Anala could only pounce on one of these bunnies, but I think this crabbit is like literally blocking her from going in that direction. The crabbits have betrayed us. It seems in every series the crabbits try to find new ways to test our abilities, and I guess this was their idea for it this time. Oh my gosh. Luca, don't you dare hide the bunnies underneath all of your fluff. He's holding it with his little digging paw. We need to use that for food. We are not here to make friends with the bunnies, little guy. I bet he wishes that he was born on Adam's Quest Island instead. That would at least give him the chance to be a little bit friendlier with the wildlife. At least we have enough food to survive on now. So despite your very, very unfortunate position, at least you don't have to worry about starving anymore. He even has an extra route to dig up, and maybe if he's fast enough, he can even make his way to the beach. Alright, so we don't want the bearyena to lose his scent. This would be a great way for us to lure him somewhere else, and then leave him off on a different portion of the island. So we're going to leave Dukuduk on this tile and hope that the bearyena follows behind. Then we're going to have him run as fast as he possibly can. We might even need one of our other creatures to come up and help him along. That way they can lead him back into the light. But all of that depends on where the bearyenas decide to go. So we have a much smaller one over here coming after, oh no, coming after Ismi and her family. But he managed to find Anala instead. So she did take 2 little swipes of damage for that, and she is definitely bleeding now. Dukuduk, on the other hand, seems to be relatively safe. Oh, I wonder if the killer bearyena actually lost his trail then. Maybe he can't find him in all that tall grass? Oh, is his camouflage skill like just high enough? Maybe. I mean, he is super dark, so that might actually work to our advantage. But Anala, you are definitely going to have to take care of this situation as soon as possible. We just want Rota to use one of his final turns, swiping up the bunnies if he can. Let's bring him over here to eat the healing fruit. I can't say goodbye to Rota yet. He is too valuable to us as a creature who can pick those poison berries. And likewise, Merrick, will make sure that you take the medicine too. Oh, Luca. And in the process, we lost all of our berries to your little bunny friend. Oh, your family is not going to be very happy about that. You might have to come over here and pick that leech off of your brother, just so they won't be looking to pounce on your friends next. Then, Anala, it is time for you to show your stuff as a warrior right in front of Izmi herself. And right in front of this pesky Krabbit, too. Look at this guy, he doesn't want to leave us alone. Well, go ahead and use your 3 turns to swipe at this bearyena. Now with 1 day remaining, the warrior Izmi can jump in and finish him off. Excellent, so that was a great show of strength in front of all of their babies. We'll have to make sure that Kirkuta licks her wounds as well. And then we'll have to bring Leo back here for his father to do the same. And then I guess we'll just go ahead and pick up our grass because we need a little bit of extra material for those nests. We might be able to risk it and come back to this one. Somebody should at least pick that up for the material. Yeah, I'm a little bit too worried about bringing anybody so close to the killer bearyena to have their babies. That seems like it's probably an accident waiting to happen. So Dukuduk, go ahead and clear yourself a emergency exit, because I'm sure you are going to need that very, very soon. And then we'll be ready to skip the day again and see if the killer bearyena finally notices you in the grass. Alright, so it must have actually been the tall grass that was keeping him hidden. Oh man, he took so much off of your lifespan for that. Yeah, we can't even really attack the bearyena because his attack strength is just far, far too low. So this is your chance to shine, little one. Maybe you can lose it in all the grass out here. Oh, and you can scout out some potential new areas for your tribe too, as soon as the bearyena is less of an issue. That should hopefully put him far enough away. Oh no, maybe it wasn't. Maybe that was a mistake to clear out the grass. Well, if this is your last turn on the island, at least you can rest easy knowing that you did an excellent job leading the killer bearyena away. That should definitely save the rest of your family. Now they can have their babies in peace. Is there any way for us to possibly bring Izmi over to the stump? If we light up the way with Kirkuta, maybe she can set up her nest right on the tippity top of her throne, just like we were hoping to before. And unfortunately, it looks like most of the shells have washed away. That leaves only one for Leo and Luca to pick up on the other side of the island. Well, maybe they'll have some fresh roots to dig up in the process. There we go, or maybe their father could do the honors for this one. With his very last turn, he's providing one last meal for his family. Oh, and look at that, Leo can actually scoot all the way over here to crack open that lovely shell and introduce his family to yet more Krabbits off in the ocean. Great, just what we need, more Krabbits to block our escape routes when we're running away from bearyenas. I suppose we'll want to bring Anala down to the nest too, just so she can watch after the newest little baby when all of her parents pass away. Wait a second. Oh my gosh, Dukuduk, look at all these leeches you have eyeing you up. Hopefully he can only get one at a time. Is this one going to latch onto him too? He has killer bearyenas breathing down his neck. He has leeches coming at him from all sides. Oh, this poor little guy is having the absolutely worst day. But at least he's saving our family. At least this means that we can live another day. Let's bring Luca down to the water side so we can go over to the tree on the next turn, which is apparently where all of the Crabbits are originating from. Maybe this truly is the return of Crabbit Cove. If you guys watched the original hard mode series, then you probably remember that. We had an area with tons and tons of Crabbits, which would be great if we could only take them down. I definitely want to make sure that our sweet little Merrick can reunite with his family, and hopefully pick from that very important berry bush down here too. But I would like him to hopefully take the healing fruit before he does so. We'll have to see if it grows back in time. Oh my goodness, and look at all these Dodomingos out here. We have a little family of Dodomingos? Very interesting. I bet that probably means that there's some sort of permanent nest to use in the area. Well, Rota, since you're so close to the end of your life anyway, let's have you scoop up this old nest for us. And then with one final root to dig up, I think we should be ready to skip the day yet again. We do have a warrior to watch, but I think we're going to see if Dukuduk ends up losing his life to all of these dangers. Well, thankfully, the killer bearyena didn't actually manage to hit him. So I guess small blessings, very, very small blessings, because the rest of the island is not faring so well. Our founders have passed, and they've taken their claw along with it seems, as yet another male was born in the nest without the extra genes that we need for his strength. And Merrick, oh no, you poor little thing. You have found yet another bearyena looming off in the grass. So I think we're going to want you to hightail it out of there next. We'll bring you down to the rest of the tribes, so hopefully Anala can keep you safe. And so you guys can keep her safe too. Make sure that she is nice and well fed so she can definitely give us some good warrior babies in the future. Somebody to carry on that very important big body. But for now, she has an orphan to take care of, who I think we're going to give the name Crow, thanks to that very dark fur, of course. And he'll be able to help the twins as they try to pick up all of those acorns down on the other island. I hope this place is going to be safe for us. I guess we'll find out in the next episode if the Crabbits are hiding something very, very dangerous there, or if it might just be what we need to escape the dangers of the mainland, because we certainly have our fair share. But for now, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye guys!